Good evening. I literally can't remember what movie that's from, but that's how I'm feeling starting this one. I'm just gonna say, before we really get into this, I've been channeling this song on and off all day, at least like 3 times, but it's Breakaway. And I don't think things are corny anymore. I've not thought of anything objectively as corny in over a year or so, but whoever this is for may think of things as corny and may potentially think that song is corny, and I don't blame you. It is a little cheesy because it's like overplayed and a little bit old, like early 2000s, but it's the song "I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. Do what I can till I touch the sky." That song. That's what I've been channeling, specifically the beginning, the da 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 da, that bit. I'm almost at a Palo Santo. Figured clear the energy a bit. We're gonna start. I have my Oracle deck out already. So we're gonna start with the Power Animal Oracles. Oracles, plural. That's not what this says at all. Power Animal Oracle Cards Guidebook by Stephen D. Farmer, PhD. So we're gonna start with this. I really like this deck. I got it as a gift, and I really, really like it. We're gonna start. I'm gonna shuffle a few times. And also, before I even pull any, we're gonna get my cards out. So I think we're gonna start with these. We're gonna start with the tarot cards. No, we're starting with the Oracle cards. So, Spirit, what does the collective watching this need to know right now? What do they need to know right now? What guidance and or reassurance can you bring to the collective watching this? And I'm trusting that these videos are finding those that need to see it. What can the collective watching this? Okay, 2 cards. The Coyote and the Squirrel. So, Coyote is the wise fool. It says, accept your follies. Okay, you can't see that. It says, accept your follies and find the teachings in them. And the Squirrel is get ready for big changes, the card of preparation. And all I can say is real. I've got these cards too before, and takes a hit to the ego, honestly. You don't want to be told you're a wise fool. And what do you mean follies? Like, ugh. No, I get it. It really is a head hung moment. But keep your chin up, king, queen, monarch. What's it? Matriarch. Your crown is falling. Let's read. Okay. The Palo Santo is now burning on my desk and it's hot. Oh, it's fine. It's not that hot. Okay. Maybe you need to cleanse your energy. Maybe you need to cleanse your energy with my Palo Santo breaking. Because I had it in a pair of tweezers where it was so small. We put the tweezers. Where did I? In there. Okay. Where it was so small, I wanted to light it without like hurting my fingers, so I put it in the tweezers. So yeah, and it broke apart. Oh, I channeled a breakup. Ooh. You know, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, don't shoot the messenger, but with Breakaway being the opening song, brother, I have some news for you. So, let's go with The Wise Fool. Accepting your follies and finding the teachings in them. Pause for a moment. Think of those times when you've acted thoughtless or foolish, perhaps even recently. Okay, I'm so sorry. I need to wipe my nose. I've been yawning so much. It's not even funny. My nose is running because I've been yawning so freaking much. Okay. So, think of all those times when you've acted thoughtlessly or foolishly, perhaps even recently. How did you feel? Embarrassed? Ashamed? Well, it's time to let go, to stop attacking or shaming yourself. It's not just about forgiving yourself or blandly accepting these instances. It goes way beyond that to loving the fool inside. That part of you, for whatever reason, I'm incredibly struggling on being able to read out loud today. It's just not happening. I'm gonna have to hold the book closer. The part of you that, with such a childlike innocence, behaves in a way that sometimes brings on a social or self-condemnation. To sincerely and deeply love that part of you, To sincerely and deeply love that part of you surpasses rote forgiveness or bland acceptance. You might have to go Google some of these words because I don't know them all. I have context clues, but, I always like to be sure. It opens you to loving yourself unconditionally as well as loving the foibles of others. The burden of such shame is too great for anyone to carry. You must see these idiosyncrasies. Shit. That's not what I meant to say. Idiosyncrasies with a sense of humor. Like laugh. Maybe you could go to laugh at mistakes more potentially. I did just now. Where am I? With a sense of humor. When you do something foolish, the sooner you can laugh about it with yourself, not at yourself, the sooner you can move to a place of true self-acceptance. It's often only later when we can look back at these situations that we can discern the more important lessons and the wisdom contained within them. Additional association, trickster, sociability, adaptability, wisdom keeper. And then squirrel, preparation. I think I hear my chickens right now, but I really mistake them for geese or like guineas or something. I was like, what the freak is making that noise? I don't understand. Okay, we land on the... Why am I looking for P's? I'm looking for P's when I should be looking for S. For whatever reason, S and Q in my head make the letter P. Don't know how we got there. Okay. Squirrel, preparation. Get ready for big changes. Feel the anticipation of what you know is coming. Get everything ready and in place. This can be a new job, a new relationship, or a major move. There will no doubt be changes, but you can prepare for them in a number of ways. The most important kind of readiness has to do with your mind. How smoothly can you move through these changes is totally dependent on your attitude, thoughts, and beliefs. There is no need to scurry, no need to worry. Rather than rush, make each movement count. If you worry, it'll just make everything a lot harder. Just do what you have to prepare. Don't get so bogged down with making list after list. That's the rumination. Don't do that. This can help, but at this time, it is better to stay active, focused, and purposeful in your efforts. So yeah, out of the head into the body. Get a sense of where you're going, even if you may change course later. Rely on family and close friends for support before and during this transition. And most important, keep breathing. Additional associations, gathering, activity, alertness, guardian. And also that makes me think of today, like I actually, like, they're bringing this to mind. Today I actually meditated for the first time in like literally forever. And even though it seems like, because in the present moment, right, doing so much, being so physically busy, or at least distractible, where I'm moving constantly from one source of input and or output to another, like it is hard and challenging to put an intentional pause on everything, that the momentum that we've created, inertia, what is it, Newton's third law, object in motion stays in motion until a object at rest, like until a force acts upon it or something. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down. But anyways, you have to be like, it really is a hard intentional choice to be like, okay, I'm gonna go sit down, close my eyes, and be quiet and try to focus on my breathing for some time. And after a while, and while I actually did it for a minute, actually doing it, it really does help. At least for me, it helped pull me back into my body. And like, even though there are things to be done, there are other things to do all the time. There will never not be things to do. There will always be things to do, but we have to intentionally set out the time to take care of ourselves. And I literally channeled it during the thing. I almost wrote it down, but it was like, meditation's good for the soul is what I kept hearing. So there's that. And even though, especially the first time, like this is the first time in a while, I'm talking like months, that I've done this, like first time back, it doesn't feel like nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm breathing. And question mark. But it really is something that happens over time, and it helps with mindfulness. And like, I feel like mindfulness is so overused anymore. It brings conscious awareness to your actions, because focusing on your breathing, and it's not being so tense and constricted with your thinking and focusing solely on your breathing. It's, allowing your thoughts to wander, right? Start with focusing on your breathing, but you'll obviously think, because we are humans and we think, and trying to immediately put a stop to that thinking isn't going to work, right? So it's allowing ourselves to breathe, think, and then giving us time and space to think. But then once we notice, oh, I'm thinking, let me try to focus my attention back on my breathing. I do, or at least for a long time, I did a breathing pattern of, I would just count to 3 breaths. So I'd be like, I wouldn't basically narrate, because I know everybody else don't, but I got that internal narrator where I'm just sort of monologuing everything that I do. So I'd just be like, inhale, and then you can do a hold if you want. Sometimes I do a hold, sometimes I don't. And then exhale 1, and then inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3. And then I would just do that over and over and over. And eventually, as we do that, our thoughts will run away from us, and they'll float away. And it's important for us to give them room to run, but also after we need, it's like, it's training our brain to become more conscious of when our thoughts are running away from us. It helps with distractibility and, like, I think attention span as well. So yeah, maybe give meditating a shot, because it really does help. Because afterwards, I went for a walk. It was pretty chill. I went for a walk, picked up trash, man. Yeah, buddy. Good time. So yeah, give meditating a go. That can help. It does have other benefits for it. I'm trying to think. Well, I'm not particularly trying to think, but my brain's like, I'm being reminded of that when I meditate and meditate regularly, it helps me get out of capitalism mindset. Rush, rush, rush. Speed is key. I have to do everything right now. Worry, worry, anxiety, fear, fear, fear. It helps get out of that, because once you're able to sit and be more present in your body, as long as you're like not under active threat and like literally, as long as like your house is not on fire or something, then sitting in the present moment, it helps a lot with nervous system regulation. And, you know, realizing that even just for right now, right this second, maybe I'm actually okay. Maybe I can actually take the space to breathe and to take care of myself and to give, because it's like active resting, I think it's called, where it's not like sleep or taking a nap or something, or passive rest, but where we are still engaging our brain, we are allowing our body to take a minute. That is how we are active resting. It's good not only for our mind, but also for our nervous system. Like, even it's not going to help right away, particularly it comes with time and repetition, unfortunately, but also fortunately, because I don't want to say, I'd say it helps build good habits. It is good for building better foundation for self-care and for growth. That wasn't even what I was trying to say, but it came out. So yeah. I think Spirit really, really wants you to meditate, because I would not have gone on that Yup Sesh if it was not relevant. So, okay, Spirit, what do they need to know? Maybe try to do this before bed, or right in the morning after you wake up. That leads to every morning I've implemented this in my routine, and I really like it. Every morning I try to give myself ideally the first hour, but you know, I'm not a saint, you know, what the helly? So I take the first 30 minutes out of my day to stay off screens. I don't get on my phone besides checking the time when I wake up this morning and probably marking my medicine as taken. But I stay off my phone and I don't watch any TV. I go, I make my breakfast, and I say hello to my animals, and I get my breakfast ready. I have been fucking up overnight oats. I fucking love overnight oats, damn it. I love it so much. So overnight oats is my breakfast. Like 90% of the time it's overnight oats. So I prepare my oats the nights before, and then I have my breakfast ready in the morning. So I get to go get my breakfast ready, add any finishing things that I want to if I need to. And then I go, and a lot of the times I sit outside and I eat my breakfast. And I just sit outside and I listen to the animals and I listen to the wind. I try to extra grounding. You need to ground yourself, because I'm just giving you grounding technique after grounding technique. Because I go outside and I eat my breakfast and I try to engage all my senses. It's almost like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 like panic attack grounding routine, 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel, 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste, or something like that. Well, I just try to pay attention to my senses and my surroundings, if that makes sense. I don't have to say that all the time. So like I'll try to see what kind of different birds I can hear, or you know, if I hear any vehicles passing by, or you know, if it's super windy or whatever, and see if I can feel how warm it is, and like what wildlife can I watch. And if you live in a city, humans are wildlife, so what wildlife can you watch? You know, it's really like, I understand why slow mornings are so praised, because it really is calm, peaceful time. And so I'm being guided to tell you to try your hardest to carve out time for a slow morning. Even if you can't particularly have a, like, so if you can't, like, tweak your bedtime routine to go to bed earlier, to wake up early enough to have a slow morning, just try your best, even if you have to do, like, a get ready to go to work or something, or if you have to have an active morning, just try to stay off screens, 1 step at a time, right? Limit your screen time. I try to stay, like, for the first 15-30 minutes of your day, try to stay off your phone for as long as you can for that first little bit of your day. Engage in other things, like pick up a little hobby or journaling, write down how you're feeling, how you might want your day to go, any plans you may have, or even get ready for the day, because that's what I normally spend my morning doing. I wake up, I make my bed. Making your bed too, that's huge. Like, it is the little tiny habits that we build that build like a strong routine for us. And also that's a way that I helped establish self-trust within myself by building those little routines. Telling myself I'm gonna make my bed every morning, and then even though, like, it's like the inertia thing, we have the habits, we are habitual creatures, we have, you know, this momentum, we are in this loop to do something that we want to change. So our body will not be happy with it, our mind especially will not be very happy with it, but sometimes it's just like a huff about it and then do it anyway, because I did that for a while when it came to making my bed. And so making my bed every morning, and I do that now, and it's became habits because I've been doing it for so long at this point. It's only been a couple months maybe, making my bed every morning, and even then I'm still not very, like, I'm still obviously not perfect. Yesterday I didn't make my bed. I didn't make my bed until probably 8 o'clock at night before bed. So anything else? I don't want to say meal prepping because meal prepping is a cult, but maybe if you have, I'm getting like executive dysfunctioning, or like struggling with, I'm getting meal regulation. Food is hard. It's hard to expend time and energy on food. Try to find, you know, a couple things that you like that are simple yet substantial. Like, I have my overnight oats, which are good in fiber, right? That's a good dose of fiber. And then if I add fruits to it, it's got some other good stuff in it or whatever. And then I like to make little wraps. Sometimes wraps are really good. Like just tortilla, lettuce, meat, cheese, bam, done. If I'm feeling froggy, I'll add some ranch. Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna get into the cards now. Okay. Yeesh. We out here. Wow. Okay, that's fun. I've never had the cards come out like that before. Okay. The Hermit reverse, the 9 of Swords reversed, the 10 of Wands reversed, the 2 of Cups, and the Devil reversed. So, the Hermit reversed, it's giving coming out of your shell. 9 of Swords reversed. Like fear and anxieties and worries subsiding, and 10 of Wands reversed, unburdening yourself with a relationship, potentially, with the 2 of Cups here. It might be breakaway, but what's on the bottom? We got the 4 of Cups reversed on the bottom. The 4 of Cups reversed. Maybe seeing something for how it is. That's what I'm getting with that. And then the Devil reverse. See, the Devil is about addictions, toxicity, codependency. And the reverse I'm getting on this part is freeing oneself from that. Freeing yourself from codependency, from addiction, from toxicity. The way the 2 of Cups is right in front of the Devil reversed, with the 2 of Cups being the relationship card, is sandwiched between the 10 of Wands reversed and the Devil reversed. Baby, unburden yourself. You seem to have a burdensome relationship here, and you need to #breakaway. You need to unburden yourself. I'm curious, what's the Hermit reverse? Okay, we got 2 cards. 3 cards, I lied. So, 2 of Swords reversed, 3 of Wands upright, and the 5 of Cups reversed. So, 2 of Swords reversed, 2 of Swords, a decision, potentially, a stalemate. So, finally making a choice, finally making a decision. 3 of Wands is about your future, normally watching ships come in, but I got letting ships go. So, and then the 5 of Cups is a card about loss. 5 of Cups upright is a card about loss and being so focused on the negative aspect of situations where the card has somebody grieving and there's 5 cups. Obviously, it's the 5 of fucking cups, but they have 3 cups knocked over in front of them and 2 cups still standing behind them, and all of their attention is focused on the 3 cups that have been spilt, right? They are focusing solely on the negative of the situation and not exactly focusing on the silver lining. But you are in the reverse in this rate, right? So you could be coming out of some sort of, I'm getting impending doom sort of feeling. That's what I'm channeling. You could be, yeah, really coming out of a stalemate here and making a decision on choosing to let go of the bad apples. I don't know. Well, that doesn't really help. Saying I don't know doesn't really help my reputation in this situation. But we got the 3 of Cups on the bottoms, which is a group of friends, community reuniting or celebration or something. And then we have the Page of Cups reversed under it. The Page of Cups reversed is like first thing I ever see that card, I think of it, and it's immediately emotional immaturity. So I heard I have a little bottle over here and it's got a bracelet on it, and I just heard it go clink clink as I said that. Like, I heard the beads on the glass go clink clink. So yeah, you could be letting go of emotional immaturity and stepping into your power and letting go of toxic ideas or ideals, particularly around relationships. Excuse me. What's this Nine of Swords reversed? What's the Nine of Swords reversed, please? Heartbreak. The Three of Swords. The Three of Swords with the Seven of Swords reversed on the bottom. Seven of Swords is a card of strategy and can also be sneakiness, trickery, and deception. And overall, it's particularly more of a negative card, obviously. I mean, I don't know why I said obviously. It might not be obvious to you. But, so with this Nine of Swords reversed, clarified by the Three of Swords, you might be slowly getting out of your head about some potential heartbreak. It's the pain and the sorrow of something. You might be finally giving that space, like, to breathe, to be able to release it, and unburdening yourself with it, from it. You know, however you want to word it. The Seven of Swords reversed, I do often have a more difficult time with reading cards in reverse sometimes. And particularly this card's giving me a little bit of trouble right now. But, maybe you were deceived. And that's what's caused this pain and heartbreak. It maybe caused you to be worried and in your head about it. You've dealt with some deception. Yeah, the Chariot. But hey, you're moving forward, you know? It might not make sense now why it happened, but like I think it was the Wise Fool card, something about making sense in the future. And, okay, there's a gnat. That's kind of annoying. Go away, please. But it's making me think of Olaf from the Frozen 2 movie, where he's like, this will all make sense when I am older. And honestly, I sing that to myself to get through rough times sometimes, and confusing times, definitely. Because it's hard not having clarity, and it's hard not knowing, especially. That's our ego. Our ego lives and feeds off of a need for control and the need for, like, okay, no other word than control right now. To know all the details, to know exactly what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, which is something that I struggled with for tarot for a long time too, because I wasn't using it for the right things. But being able to make peace with the unknown, it sounds like an oxymoron. It sounds very counterintuitive, but it's possible. It's possible in time. But it takes drawing that conscious awareness that, you know, we gain through meditation and active mindfulness throughout our day. And, you know, conscious awareness, I maybe do more research on conscious awareness. And, you know, yeah. okay, things might seem really difficult right now, but you're on the up and up. You're on the up and up. We got the Seven of Wands, which is a guy standing on the world with his wand. I don't know, can you see it? No. Here you go. Seven of Wands. Right? This is a card that I just cut to. This is you. Right? It seems like you have all these forces potentially working against you. And even though it may seem and feel that way, in the grand scheme or in like zoomed out, you have the high ground. Okay? And it's about standing your ground and holding your ground, defending yourself, self-defense. And it's with the Wands card, so action, passion. It's not reversed, because the Wands reverse can also be lustful energy as well. And then underneath that, even though I picked up 2 cards, that's not what's important. What's important is what's under that is the Ace of Cups, which is self-love, baby. Love yourself. That's with the Seven of Wands. Defend yourself, because you are worth defending. You are. I don't care who you are or what you've done. You're worth defending. And I've learned it the hard way. You've got to defend yourself, because nobody else is going to defend you. Unless you're like literally a 4-year-old, then get off my channel, because why are you watching this? But yeah, let's see if there's any last messages that Spirit needs for you, because I think this might be the end of the reading. Is there anything else that this collective needs to hear at this moment? 4 of Wands. Yeah. And the 6 of Pentacles. Four of Wands with the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom. 4 of Wands is a card of celebration and happy, prosperous home life. Right? It is a card. It's a card depicting a marriage, post-marriage, celebration, right? And the 6 of Pentacles is equal, like reciprocity. Equal give and take. Leave it at that for now. It's like you get what you give. Even if you don't get it from the same person, the universe will always send it back to you. So, like, a little love goes a long way. You know? Maybe you don't. I don't know. I've been looking at my crystals over here a lot. I have a fossil of a bunch. It's like a coral thing. And then my crystals. So definitely grounding. Look up different grounding techniques. Get into meditation. Maybe you just need to get outside and put your feet in the dirt and sit down. One thing that helped me recently, oh my gosh, is I actually laid down in the grass. I know, sounds crazy, sounds wild, but I laid down in the grass because I knew I was going to take a shower after, and so I wasn't going to worry too much about bugs or anything like that. I laid down in the grass on the moss, and I just watched the clouds go by. And I did that for a while. And really just watching the clouds go by and listening to the nature around me helped remind me how fucking small I am. And how this earth is spinning so fucking fast that it has created its own sense of gravity so we do not go flying off of it. Like, shout out centripetal force or whatever. And also, like, impermanence. Because it's not going to last forever. Better things will come. Okay? Yeah. Find balance within yourself and, well, with others. Yeah. Ground yourself and give your emotions space to exist without judgment. Yeah. that's all I have for you today. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.